Hello, good morning everyone. Welcome to Knowledge Growth Integration.kgi. Today in this video, we are going to discuss how VDA 6.3 scoring criteria and calculation works and how process audits are evaluated, what each score represents and how organization can use these results to drive continuous improvements, and also how auditor gives scoring for each and every question that is going to cover under this particular module. In this slide, we are going to discuss about scoring criteria. VDA 6.3 uses a structured scoring system to ensure consistency across audits. Each question is rated on the score of 0, 4, 6, 8, and 10 points, where 0 point means requirements are not met at all. 4 points says requirement inadequately satisfied and major deviations. 6 points says requirement partially satisfied and significant deviations. 8 points says requirement mainly satisfied and major deviations. And 10 points says where there is a full compliance with the requirements. In this slide, we are going to discuss the score assigned across different process elements. Let's break down the process elements. So in VDA 6.3, P2 denotes for project management planning, where total number of questions is 6 and 2 mandatory questions are there. P3 says planning of product and process development. Total number of questions under this clause is 6, where 2 questions are mandatory questions. P4 says implementation of project and process development, where the total number of questions assessed are 9 and 2 questions are mandatory questions. P5 says supplier management, where supplier in the sense is supplier or sub-supplier management. Total number of questions are 7 and 2 mandatory questions. P6 is further bifurcated into several parts like P6.1 process inputs, where total number of questions is 5 and 2 mandatory questions. 6.2 says process management, where total number of questions are 5 and 2 mandatory questions. 6.3 says personal resources, where total number of questions are 3 and 0 mandatory questions. 6.4 says material resources, total number of questions are 5 and 2 mandatory questions. 6.5 is effectiveness, efficiency and waste avoidance, where total number of questions is 4 and 1 mandatory question. 6.6 is process results or output, total number of questions are 4 and 1 mandatory question. P7 is denotes for customer care, customer satisfaction and services. Total number of questions are 5 and 2 mandatory questions are there under this clause. In this slide, we are going to discuss on how point achieve and maximum points gives an overall scoring and giving a holistic view of overall process maturity. So where total score formula is total score equal to point achieved divided by maximum points into 100. For an example, VDA 6.3 is suppose 20 questions is audited, total maximum points is 200 and achieved point is 160. So the overall score is 80%. Once the overall evaluation is provided, all questions is scored, the result is considered under the below situations. If the overall score of the company is greater than 90%, it says as the process is capable and the supplier is quality capable. If the overall score is between 80 to 90%, it says conditionally quality capable with minor weakness which needs to be improved. If the overall score is less than 80%, means supplier is rated as C red, where it is not capable and immediate actions, corrective actions are required. This classification help organizations to prioritize actions and allocate resources effectively. Beyond compliance, the scoring criteria serve as a roadmap for improvement. Like high score indicates the strength to be maintained, and medium score shows area for optimization, and low score reveals risk where must be addressed immediately. Also, the downgrading rules are applicable along with this scoring criteria, which I'll cover during our next video. So stay connected with Knowledge Growth Integration.kgi. In case of any question or query, stay connected with Knowledge Growth Integration via LinkedIn or via YouTube. Thanks for watching. Thank you.